not going to talk because so. I got like knitting to do. I don't still spitting on it. I have the stubbornness to spit on anything. Yeah, I don't know. This vial of water is very holy. Oh god, no.
can do two ways. You get one free formula each time you get new dot in alchemy, and you can also manually buy formula of your choice.
I will say that it's the same cost then. If you want another formula that's like that'll cost that much. If you want another dot, you also get a formula. So at some point you're gonna run out of dots, presumably, and you'll want the other formulas. So you buy the
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I mean, you can have only 5 dots.
Yeah. So we'll just do it same cost, which is also how much is it? Is the thing the
Uh,
same as
the level of formula times 3.
Okay, so yeah, it is the same as in yeah, that's all just clan discipline, isn't it? Or is that four?
Is what for?
Clan discipline.
In
It's 5 times
yeah,
level, dex level.
I thought that was just Cadith.
no, Katie is times 6.
Oh,
Times 6.
okay, cool. That's just cheaper then.
Oh, by the way, what counts as cative discipline?
Anything?
Are anything or the things they start off with? Because
Any
Um,
you start they start with three, and those would be the cost. Anything else you'd have to RP into learning, but it would still cost the same.
for me it makes sense since they are cative, they could start with anything,
Yeah.
but they can only let's say get lower price on the starting disciplines.
I don't think they get lower price than anything. That's the cost of them being able to get anything, as it
I mean
always costs more.
I mean lower price as in it's usually for outside of clan disciplines next level times 7.
Ooh, I don't
That's
know.
what lower
Huh?
price.
That might be. I don't know. I must.
mm,
I don't know. Yeah, that may just be because you get to choose anything at the three beginning. That's the cost, and then it's out of clan. I
Yeah,
don't.
because I think that's cative disciplines, quote unquote cative disciplines, the ones you choose at your character creation when you're creating a cative.
Hmm.
I think those are considered cative disciplines because your cative is starting with those.
Okay. Well, if you gentlemen are ready,
more than likely.
More or less.
possibly. I don't know.
Elysiums are just so stressful.
This one shouldn't be that stressful, unless you have
uh,
social anxiety issues.
Shit.
Which the pretty one's going to have to do. Um, Noel's going to have to do rolls every 2 seconds to stay calm. Okay.
I'm not gonna fear frenzy if that's what you mean.
Can't run, can't run, can't run.
Would really like to, but can't.
Okay, you guys are. Let's just go ahead and say you are bloop, right there,
Okay.
close to the river, in the center of the city, in a
Shit. Well, hi guys.
pile in. So we're gonna say you're actually on Broadway because I've been here. There's a bar at the very end of Broadway, or the beginning, whichever way you want to see it. That's right on the water, and it's called, I forget the original name, but something Animal Feed. I'm assuming that was the original company, and they just kept it that name. But there are 5 floors on it. The top one is currently closed off for a VIP meeting of, really important snooty people who all happen to have veins and, or, fangs and no pulses. You three fine gentlemen of the thin blood variety, where would you be? So imagine that it's just a very large room. There's a couple of tables in the way. There's an empty bar. Uh, there's a small little stage, which is probably where it's probably. Yeah, it's open right now because that's clearly where the prince is gonna, hold court or whatever.
I would be at the bar personally.
Okay.
I think same.
All right.
Um, I guess these are the only people that I really know at this party, so I guess I'd be there too.
Alrighty then. So,
We're a bunch of drunkards. Kidding.
you three are at the abandoned bar. You got the little lights behind it, the little mirrors, and the bottles of alcohol all sitting up there pretty and shining. Milling around the group are humans, very well dressed, walking around with silver plates, with
Hmm.
with wine glasses, pretty little wine glasses, with what is definitely blood. And they are offering it to the milling vampires.
Yep.
Now, whether it's because they have no use for alcohol or the presence at the bar, there is a good 20-foot bubble of nobody else near you.
5 minutes in and getting ostracized. Perfect.
Yep.
It happens.
It's really fine, honestly.
So, some of the individuals are talking, trying to make some deals, doing the political bullshit,
Uh-huh.
veiled threats, using disciplines, trying not to get caught, using them at Elysium. The usual shenanigans.
Yeah.
Some of them are glancing over at you, wrinkling their nose, or glaring at you. Just generally talking behind your back, in front of your back.
Yes.
Fucking humans, dude. Pieces of shit.
Goddamn half vamps! What the fuck?
Uh,
I hear they bring about Gehenna.
Noel, we could kill them right now if we wanted.
yeah. I don't know how well that'll go.
I mean, we probably shouldn't, but we could. It's a fun time.
Could.
Do you actually say that?
Everything has aspects here, of course.
Because, let's see, what will I decide on this one?
Noel just kind of would look over if you did say that and be like, uh-huh.
Roll. Okay, it'll be stealth. What do you think the other one would be? Charisma? Manipulation?
I guess so. I mean, that's your call, isn't it?
Well, that's the one thing I can. Yeah. No, let's go with composure. Can you have the whole entire conversation whispering, or do these random words shoot out? So, give me a roll.
I don't actually say anything, really. It's
What?
just like, yeah, huh?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you're just.
But yeah, if you want me to, I'll roll.
Well, no, if you're just agreeing with it. Well, I mean, you can hide it if you want. Try to hide your. Yeah.
Wait. So, who's rolling? Who's rolling what?
The two
All of
that were talking.
Okay. I thought all of it.
1d10. That's all I need to put in.
Stealth and your charisma. And we will do.
Oh.
They're actually trying to avoid interacting, so we'll just say it's 2.
At which hangar are we all?
Oh, 1.
Okay.
Where is stealth? Oh, I see. Never mind.
And add your hunger to it.
Yeah, so technically it would be just.
So your double minus the amount of hunger. And
Yeah, you roll the die, and then we separately roll hunger. Oh, wait. Hunger. He did it already here. So there were 0, so you didn't.
Oh, would you rather it be rolled manually? Because I just rolled it through the in-game thing.
It just did stealth, though. You also have charisma.
Yeah.
So-
It rolled them together. It just tells you the skill
Okay.
that I used. My charisma's 1. What a start.
Hmm.
Plus 4.
What the? What the
That's
hell?
not the right kind of roll.
No, it's XD10.
You
XD.
can also
Yeah, X
roll
is your pool.
to the dice roller, the icon. The
Yeah.
dice icon.
So it'll be like,
Yeah.
let's say 5D10, but then let's say you have one hunger, so it'll be 4D10, and then another roll of 1D10, you know, as an example.
You could always like
Slash.
click on the dice next to it.
That is true. Slash roll.
So I can just do D10/roll. And then add it.
Slash roll blank D10. You can also go over here to the side where you've got your little pointer, a square, all that good stuff. Go down to the dice roller, open that up, and you'll have the setup of which ones.
Okay, so you don't want me to do the +4 already. You want to do that later.
No, there is no +4.
I don't understand. We'll figure it out. Whatever.
How are you getting the +4? Is my question.
Because you said the charisma and
Yeah, it's
health.
so like stealth. Let's say you have 3 dots, and charisma you have 1. That is 4 die that you roll for this.
Oh.
Yeah. However, you take your hunger out and you roll that separately. So in that case, it would be 3 die and then 1 hunger die.
Yeah.
Okay, so then just do that. Is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Basically.
He was way quieter than I was, I guess.
3. Yeah. Which one of you was just mm-hmm?
I was just
Okay, well, that's why you were way quieter.
And
Or no,
also
wait, he was quieter.
how successes work. Everything from 1 to 5 is a failure, and everything from 6 to I don't know if here it says 10. Yeah, it's not good, but everything from 6 to 10 is success. And if you get 2 10s, that's a critical, and that counts as 4 success.
You're
Moon, are you talking through a pillow right now?
yeah, you're kind of
Talking
muted.
crazy.
Also, I'm hearing a lot of static for some weird reason.
It
Yeah,
seems to be coming from you.
From me?
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm game settings for
Okay, give me a second.
who's that?
Creating a wind tunnel and I can't hear David through it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Well, into the void, I guess.
And then there were 2.
Well, 3. Thank you. They're still here. Oh boy. Yeah, we can totally kill them all.
Possibly go.
Okay, so however, he is more quiet than you. So they hear mumbling, and then yeah, So they know you're talking. They know you're responding. They just don't know to what, and they really don't care.
Awesome. So big for.
Because I would like to say, no, you couldn't. As God, I will say, no, you couldn't.
No.
These are the important full vampires, not the underlings that they just left at home.
You're so low on the totem pole right now.
Oh, good.
Okay,
You're like the lowest totem.
so you guys are talking about genocide.
Yep.
I don't. I'm just.
That's generally accurate.
Okay. You two are talking about that. Are you ignoring them or just like not being silent, David?
I'm not ignoring them. I'm here. I'm just not participating in that kind of conversation.
Okay, okay.
That's all.
Also, as I said, the bar is abandoned. As in, nobody's
Yeah.
preventing, no one's serving you drinks, but no one is preventing you guys from getting a drink. If you should want one.
I won't do anything. I'll just wait for now.
Okay.
The plan wasn't to drink; it was just to be around the people that at least like know of my existence. It also seems to be safe here because we have a safety bubble, so I'm just gonna stick around that.
Hypothetically, you'd have a bubble anywhere you went here. Because
Oh.
it's they're not doing this for your safety and pleasure. It's they don't want to be near you.
Yeah, I mean, but that's safety and pleasure for me.
Yes. Social distancing as you're rubbing yourself. Oh.
Okay.
Uh,
Getting handsy, I guess.
with yourself.
So, mm-hmm.
So after a couple of minutes, they're still buzzing around, talking to each other. Some of them are very, very loud. Occasionally, you feel the pull of someone just being absolutely gorgeous, and you just feel like you need to look at them. And then after a couple of minutes, you don't feel that anymore. You're just like, meh, whatever. They're okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then a young lady, rather busty, short hair, average height, just kind of walks over to you with 3 remaining glasses of this what was once full silver tray of blood, and she offers it to you 3.
I appreciate the gesture, but I already ate.
Yeah, not particularly hungry. Thanks though.
I I don't want to spit in this woman's face, so I take it.
Okay. Roll a, if you guys want to, wits and awareness.
Who? All of us?
If with whoever wants to do it.
Sure. I mean,
I don't see why not.
yeah. Wits and awareness is it?
Mm-hmm.
And wits. Voila.
Oof.
Okay, I can't play the game anymore. I rolled 4 ones.
How? Okay.
My fucking god.
I got a hunger success. That's a bestial failure. Okay.
That's just
Just gonna invoke my bane for a minute.
no.
Or
You didn't get it in hunger, so it's fine.
Well, no, I did get the success in hunger.
Yeah.
Never
If
mind,
you
I'm
get
not
if you
gonna
get the
worry about
fail in hunger, like if you get a nat 1 in
Yeah,
hunger,
okay.
and you failed the check. Yay!
Okay.
I like compulsions, so I'll probably give you one of those. Okay. I'm trying to mentally figure out the thing here. There is a 10% chance of you to get one. So that's 100, 1,000. You got 1 in 10,000 right there.
I'm really glad it was the worst 1 in 10,000 you could ever have.
Yeah. Okay, so David,
Yes.
what you notice is if I said the words pompous ass, would that create a visual in your mind?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. There is a gigantic pompous asshole over in the corner, just fucking staring daggers at you guys, towards you guys. And as you, Noel, take the offered glass, you can almost hear his fangs grind together.
Uh-huh. I mean, spit in one hand, like take it another. I guess a lot of spit going around tonight.
Just all about that spit.
Can you repeat that? He he took the glass, right?
Yes, he took a glass.
And
You guys refused. He took one of the offered glasses. More of like a, I don't want to shoot her down, I believe, type deal.
Yeah, I don't want to. Like, she's probably a vampire. I don't want to mess with her.
Oh no, she's definitely human.
and I noticed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a server girl. They're all humans.
Okay,
Okay.
I noticed that he was grinding his teeth,
Yes.
like in response to him picking up the glass.
Yeah, like she walked over there and he's glaring daggers. He took the glass, and his teeth. You can almost hear his teeth grind.
Yeah, okay.
He says something to an individual beside him who is also a pompous ass, but far better dressed. Like they're both wearing suits, but like the guy he's talking to, he went out and spent a couple of grand on his suit.
Okay, then I like I start to know. You may want to put that down.
Okay, right when you say that, he breaks free of the crowd and starts stomping through your little protective bubble of antisocialness or of
Uh-huh.
social snub.
Mm. I'm just gonna put that back.
Okay. So,
Did he stomp back?
So, a few seconds later, there are 3, not 2, glasses of blood and a silver tray hit the ground beside you as he grabs the woman by the elbow and just yanks her away from you guys.
Oh.
And he's like whisper yelling, "If you can't tell the ducks from the swans, you will never work for us again." And he's dragging her away from you guys. Do you want to do anything?
No, but question: do you look at it, or is it still just me?
No, all of you see that now. You saw him coming.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I'm
Hmm.
not doing anything. Okay then.
He's currently yanking her off towards like a side door.
Well, she's probably dead or something.
I want to, but I did get a message from God earlier saying that I can't kill anyone in this room, so no.
You can, hey,
Pass.
hey, natural 10s happen. Obviously, odds are weird here. You can have 4 1s, you can have 4 10s.
I just switched dimensions. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so none of you guys do anything?
No, I mean,
Okay,
her
So-
kindness was appreciated, but
so you watch as she's yanked off into a side room. And conversation starts up with the vampires again, you know. More laughter now.
oh no.
And comments to each other. About 10 minutes later, you see the angry little pompous ass come stomping back out and go back to talking with the gentleman in the $1,000 suit. About 5 minutes after that, you see the lovely woman who had been nice enough to offer you drinks looking nervous and really confused in like some trendy clothing, nice little leather jacket, everything. And she's wandering out and she doesn't seem to know what the hell's going on. She's just dazed over as she's leaving.
Oh jeez.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
And you guys, let's give me another wits and awareness. This one's just gonna be set at 2.
Oh no, because I can't actually roll today. uh,
It's,
Alright. Ready, set. This is gonna be horrible.
That was horrible, yes.
okay.
It wasn't bad.
So literally not successes.
Okay. No, you notice a individual. Everyone's kind. You guys are given a kind of social death bubble.
Mm-hmm.
You notice an individual going through with an actual quill and a piece of paper, going amongst the crowd, talking to them. He also has a bubble, but it's much smaller and seems more respectful than not wanting to talk to him type deal. If that
I'll
makes any
definitely
sense.
keep my eyes trained on whatever they're doing.
Okay. What do you guys do for the next couple of minutes?
I would just observe general situation in the area. I won't do anything and just wait for something to happen because my goal is uh, not to provoke somebody by doing something, like
Okay.
out of turn, let's say, or something like that. So I'm just staying put for now and observing the situation here,
Okay.
Is there
trying to
still
be
like a
as polite as possible. Put
is there still like a mess on the ground?
Yes.
And we
The
should
other
pick that up.
the other employees, the other servers, apparently can tell the ducks from the swan, and are just waiting until you guys are no longer
Uh,
standing there to go over and clean it.
I imagine I'm not aware of my flaws because that would make no sense. Like, why would you be? So I'm gonna clean it up. It's a mess.
Okay. Give me
I mean, it's a mess on the ground, man.
an investigation and wits roll. We'll just make it one.
A one to
Yeah,
be like,
one to pass.
because I can't roll at all.
Oh, you're
Oh,
good.
Okay.
one to
Okay,
pass.
you find a broom and you find the janitor's closet. So you come over there. They're still talking. There seems to be even more funny jokes going around as you are cleaning up.
Well, I don't care. Fuck them.
Okay,
God, I
uh,
don't like messes. Apparently.
and then whenever you get back after you put everything away, uh, how good of a job do you do cleaning your cleaning supplies?
I mean, like, they're blood. I might as well like rinse the mop out.
Okay, so you try to get rid of the blood look.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so you spend a good, oof, boy, 10 minutes
it's
in
fine.
there. Let's say. So you're
I spent
actually
my.
not there when this happens.
That's fine.
Uh,
I'm the janitor now. Don't worry about it.
you also said you were the one keeping an eye on him. Did anyone
Oh
else
no.
try to see the guy who was moving through the crowd?
I mean, would they see me watching him?
I don't know. Did they?
Trying to divide my attention between the
I'm just,
table with the snarling guy and the one moving through the crowd.
I'm just
Okay.
looking
You're just crowd
around,
watching.
around. Yeah, exactly. Like just
Okay.
look around.
Well, this individual, very well dressed. Not this time frame, but not like so out of it that it looks noticeable. It's kind of like you know
Not
how
this, not this time. What?
hmm?
Can you repeat that?
He steps out of the crowd. Not stomping towards you, but just stepping out, definitely heading towards you guys. He's very well dressed, but it's not this time frame's clothing. It's kind of like hipsters, how they'll wear something that's out of date. You don't think he's a hipster? It's just he probably was. It was probably in date when he started wearing it.
Just a bit out of place.
Just what?
Just a bit out of place compared to
Yeah.
modern.
Yeah. He comes and walks over to you. I understand this is. He comes over and walks over to David, and he hands you a piece of folded up paper. I understand this gatherings can be rather uncomfortable for you. I have retrieved this week's order. If you would like to leave, or you might remain. Who knows? You might spark up a good conversation. Not everyone's an asshole, but most are. And he vanishes.
Thanks.
He doesn't vanish. He goes back into the crowd.
It's like, well, it's very possible.
Poof. Okay, so
I'll like I'll wave that. Was it an envelope? Was it what he gave me an envelope, right?
a piece of paper. I'm currently making it visible to you guys.
Yeah. Okay, so then I'll wave a piece of paper to my group here.
Noel is still currently
In the janitor's closet.
cleaning out the blood from the tools.
David, I'm right beside you. Who are you waving to?
Wait, you are near me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Please now.
You should have a new thing in the journal.
Ooh, order.
Uh,
Oh, we need redhead. Okay.
oh, that's the list.
That's a lot of people they want.
Jesus Christ.
It's a week, and these are the leaders of the areas. You know, they're not big enough to have their own little court type deal, but they've got their families, their friends, that stuff.
Someone wants a tan man. Ooh.
Ooh. Ali
Gross.
Amer.
Two teenage girls before blonde.
Bulldog, dude.
Strippers.
Well, honestly, in this case, I think strippers will be the easiest.
Possibly.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
They,
I mean, you give them money, that's it.
they want so many, like.
what clubs are you going to? Here's $100. Follow me home.
Actually, strippers not quite the same as prostitutes. They might, especially if you flirt with them enough that they're like, "Hey, I was gonna go home with him anyway, but I can make some money too." You know that whole deal.
That's why I said you give them enough money.
Good luck with that. Those are all in the rules.
Do we have a lot of money? Like, that's not something that's been discussed.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
How did anyone put any resources? Spend stuff for resources.
I would say that my guy has around maybe $200.
So basically no resource. Yeah, you guys are kind of low.
I don't have any money.
Well, I mean, around that haunted house, can I just make up a number? I don't know.
There's like a rule depending on your resource stats.
Yeah, I don't know what that is,
So, like,
but you do run
like a spending limit.
However, open up your thing now because you do backstory wise own or run a business here. We're gonna say it's off season, so add one resource to your sheet.
Cool.
You do not currently have any money, but you can go pull some. However, the more you pull, the less you'll be able to send to your dad, to your sire. You know, it's his business.
Dad.
Dad, sire,
Dad's our same thing, pretty much, I guess.
dad, pyre, you know.
Okay.
Vampire with a dad bod. Got it.
I mean, yeah, just whatever. That's the funny thing. Okay, side note, going to get derailed here. Fashions have changed. What's sexy has changed.
Uh-huh.
There's got to be some really weird vampires out there who were just they were drop dead gorgeous in the time. Just not anymore. Like big fat people used to be really attractive back in the day because they had enough money to eat properly and didn't have to go work off all the calories, so it showed affluence. Not anymore.
All these portly vampires porting around.
Portly vampires. Also, humans have tended to grow in size over the years, so you probably got some really short vampires. The really old ones are probably like 5 foot. The really, really old ones.
Vampire babies.
What do you mean by tan, man?
Oh, it's a man that's tan. That's what he's looking for.
Oh,
Someone who's been kissed by the sun several times.
Yeah, yeah. He wants to touch the sun or taste the sun on his skin, possibly. I don't know.
okay.
It's kind of gross. I mean, as vampires, I mean, I'm fine with the sun, but me and the sun got a contract, but I don't know what you do.
Technically, yours is a looser contract, but they have a contract with every one of you guys. Contract is don't enter me, and you're fine. Yours is a little. You can do it every like 10th Sunday.
Yeah, and then but I'm gonna make you weak. So screw you. Don't do vampire things during the day, then you're fine. Thanks, son.
So you guys have your order, and you have been told by this gentleman who, give me just a knowledge. Wait, is there knowledge?
To me, like politics. Is that what you're looking for?
Just an intelligence, raw intelligence.
Oh.
We'll say 2 for difficulty.
Okay, all of us?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because when Noel comes back, I'm pretty sure you explain what happened.
yeah.
Okay.
You
Okay.
said intelligence, right?
Yes.
So smear.
All right. Well, that seems like a really nice guy. You guys can go ahead and leave if you want. I guess. I mean, he said you could, and I guess he's important. Who knows?
Oh, was this the difficulty was 3, right?
There's only 2.
Oh, well, I got 2. So.
Wait.
Well,
Wait.
I rolled like before everyone else did.
Yeah, but you only got 1.
Yeah, but I got 1.
Oh, you did get 2. Yeah. Okay. No, sorry.
Yeah,
I was
sorry.
like, that one is the thing that. Okay. Yeah. So what the hell are you doing, cat? Jesus.
Recognize he is too.
She just ran over. She just like jumped over. God knows how much stuff I had beside me, so she could hit me and then run away. I wish I had doors in this apartment so I could close her off for a bit, even though all you guys would hear is. So that guy was the number 2.
Seneschal.
Yep. Second hand or the right hand man to the prince.
Wow. Big.
And if he says we
I
can
would-
go, then I would say that we can go.
I would convey that information to our coterie members.
Yo, you see who the fuck that was?
As the Seneschal's second, number 2, dose.
McVampy Vamp.
Sorry, I'm not really sure I know about that run.
He described it in a couple of ways. Seneschal, the number 2, dose.
Dose.
Yeah. So if you wanted, you could either describe it better, or if you could just roll me an intelligence, and if you get 1, you totally understand it. Because yeah, you guys are thin bloods, and you're not being welcomed into the society, so maybe you don't know the term seneschal, but Noel does, and he did give a couple of different ways. So if your character, if you want to roll an intelligence, if you get 1, then you understand what he means by number 2, dose.
Okay.
I mean, you could also just say, can you describe that better?
Yeah, you could. I mean, if you wanted to, it's like, I don't know who that is or what that is. You could just say that if you wanted to, or you could just roll it.
Actually, you know what? I'll do this. I'll just look at him blankly, like with like clear confusion on my face. But
Okay. Do you recognize this clear confusion of blankness?
I don't know you very well, but I'm just gonna explain it anyway.
okay,
So,
yeah, go on.
it's like a pyramid scheme, okay? So there's a big man on top, and a bunch of little mans, but this man is like just below the man on top. That's a seneschal.
Big man strong, big man own.
I think you just confused me in real life.
Okay, we are like, do you know what a pyramid scheme is? Like, we're like the bottom of the scheme. We're like the worst, and then that guy is like cream of the crop, but second cream of the crop.
Yes, and a pyramid would have 2 in the position of the second, because you got the very top and 2. But there aren't 2. There's just him.
It's a weird pyramid.
It's a very thin pyramid at the top, but then it gets really wide really fast.
Pillar?
It's a pillar on top of a pyramid.
Like a pillar, like a tower. There you go.
Okay, does that explain it to you?
Yeah, I get the general idea now.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Good. Pat. All right, let's go. Well, I'm leaving. If they don't follow me, that's their choice.
Okay.
Well, I'm following him.
Okay. Nobody stops you.
I'm going with them, but I'm grabbing a bottle of whiskey on the way out.
Nobody stops you.
Oh well, then we might as well take the whole shelf. All right.
They might stop you on that one, but you might. Who knows? Roll a
No, it was. Sorry.
roll a larceny. Let's see if each one of you gets a bottle or not.
All right. I mean,
I was just gonna.
As I said, and nobody's going to stop you. So if you grab 1 bottle, difficulty of, you have to state this before you roll. Difficulty of 1. For every bottle, it goes up another difficulty. So if you think you want to grab up like,
Isn't the larceny for breaking in stuff?
I think it's just stealing, isn't it? Like it counts.
no,
No.
you can break into stuff, and you can also use it to steal from people.
Well-
It's the pickpocket /
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's not how the word is defined, but
No,
it's how
no,
the
it's
game
not.
works mechanically.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go with larceny and dexterity. For each bottle you want to grab, I'm going to add another difficulty to it, and you have to state before you roll how many bottles you want to attempt.
I don't want to steal anything, so
Okay.
it's all on you guys.
I mean,
Alright, I'll steal 2.
2? Okay.
My stats already.
Noel, go ahead and roll.
This could be bad.
Remember to put your hunger die in there as well.
Oh yeah, it'll just roll it for me, honestly, because I used the
Yep, this is
fun
true.
thing.
All right, you got your 2.
Yeah, my pockets are full.
How many did you want, Ryan?
I just wanted 1.
You managed not to.
I managed not to.
Look at your roll. 3 and a
Oh.
1. Also, where's your blood? Roll blood.
Okay.
Also, do you only have 1 dexterity and 1 larceny, or like 2 dexterity and no larceny, or something?
I have no larceny and 2 dexterity.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you should roll 1 normal dice and 1 hunger dice.
Yeah.
Just roll the 1 number dice again. We'll keep that hunger one that you just rolled. So,
Yep.
so technically you got it any damn way, but let's just see what it rolls out to be.
Yeah, because with your hunger, like combined, it has to be your whole dice pool. Like,
The hunger allows for wacky shit to happen, and the
Yeah.
more hungry you are, the wackier the shit, or the more likely the shit is going to get wacky.
yeah.
But you
So
guys are lucky. You guys don't have the. You guys, like, thin bloods don't usually frenzy.
Okay, so I always need to roll an extra 1. Is what you're saying?
whatever your hunger is. So you
Hey,
take
hunger
you take your dice pool. Let's say that the roll total is 5 dice that you have because of your stats, and you have 1 hunger. You roll 4 dice and 1 hunger die.
Yes.
So as your hunger goes up, you replace more of those dice in that pool with hunger die.
I see. Okay.
So
Gotcha.
basically, if you have again, let's use the same example: 5 dice, dice pool, but you have two hunger, then you replace 2 dice and you roll 3 normal dice.
Yeah. So like an example of like these special vampire dice, you have black dice
Yeah.
and red dice. So you would just replace a red die or a black dice with a red dice.
Okay.
All right, but just roll 1d. Okay, well there you go. You got it. As you're reaching for it, you kind of feel like you might be able to grab another one if you really wanted to.
Nope. Nope. I pressed my luck enough.
Okay. So you guys are leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are leaving with 1 order and 2 bottles for Noel, 1 bottle for Ryan, if you want to add that to your inventories.
Yeah, I'm illegal.
Of liquor. If you want to put an actual name on it, go right ahead. Or type.
I'm gonna sell it to my friend. Details. Equipment. Carried items.
I mean, we're in Tennessee. I'm gonna grab Jack for sure.
Actually, you're only. See how you're in Nashville, you're only. I think it's like an hour. No, it's not even an hour drive to the. Like. Jack Daniels Museum place that you can go to and actually get a shot of Jack while you're taking the tour.
Hey guys, you want to take a tour of the Jack Daniels facility?
It is pretty early. We're gonna. Okay, I didn't state this earlier because I'm an idiot. But let's go ahead and say it's 10. So. No, let's say it's 11. It was called. The thing was called for 10. You woke up at 8. And you've been here uncomfortably at the bar for roughly an hour total.
So that's still really early.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So 9 p.m.
No, it's 11. Because, yeah, Elysium was called at 10.
Oh, it was. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I thought you said like we.
I said it in a really weird order. You woke up at 8, Elysium was called for 10, and you spent an hour there, so it's 11.
Okay, guys, if we hurry, we can make it to the Jack Daniels facility and take a tour tonight. Who's down for that?
There is no money in this world that will make me drink that shit. No thanks.
Weren't you drinking brandy last time?
Yeah, but that's not whiskey.
Use you. Homemade.
Some people got their particular liquors. It's fine.
Okay, alright. You know what?
I mean, we have orders. I think that kind of takes priority.
It's for the week though, so you know.
But still, have you seen this? Like,
There's a
Also,
lot of people on here.
Hmm. Did
for the
did you guys? I should have asked this before. Did you guys bring your hunting stuff? By which I mean the bracelets and whatever else you would use.
25, 32, 35, 41. We have 41 people to find. I wouldn't imagine we brought our bracelets because
Okay.
I mean we didn't know how
So
many people we had.
you could grab them. You couldn't get them into the facility without the bracelets. It would add a little bit of difficulty to it because you would essentially have to keep them outside until you went in and got the bracelets, and that increases the chance of them escaping.
hold on, you mean the bracelets for the humans?
Yes, so they can get past the ward
Yeah,
in the jail. You guys didn't bring them, so it adds one difficulty dice to your rolls because essentially you're going to have to sit there, and you can't just take them straight from whatever minute, however you get them there, right into the cage because you have to stop, which gives them another opportunity to potentially fuck shit up.
Well, okay, so I think the easiest thing to hunt would be choleric, because I don't know if you guys know your resonances, but choleric is fear, basically, which would mean that it's very easily stored.
Hmm.
Mm, we don't have any choleric people to hunt. Oh, we do 3. Okay, never mind. You're right.
That or strippers.
Or
Maybe somehow.
It's so
colored
much,
hair women,
so little faith in strippers.
like hair color women, like tan men. Like it's it's not like we got a lot of like the residences are
Actually, a
very
lot of
niche.
these, like, okay, for the first guy, he just wants hair color, and then 2 teenage girls.
Honestly,
Yeah.
you know what? You know what? I would actually want to use the quote unquote tan man, his blood for my research.
Uh-huh.
So I think that would be useful because I am not sure what kind of properties. Uh,
He's just tan. I don't know. I don't know what properties
Really,
a
it makes
tan man can have.
Exactly. Why does he want a tan man? Is it an aesthetic thing, or is there something to the blood? You gotta get to the bottom of this problem.
He's just into men that are tan. I don't know.
Maybe,
Or
maybe
Job
not.
math question.
what? What if 10 people make a strong?
Magical? I don't know.
Toasted.
What if people do not see to vampires properly?
The only ones that I think would actually be magical would be the first 2 that are wanted on the list because they're soulless.
That makes them magical.
The 2 redheads.
All right.
By the way, I am a ginger, so before anyone gets all offended.
I mean, I only have half a soul. I have ginger beard, so.
Okay, you guys are on. You're on Broadway because I stated that's where the Elysium was being held. So you're out. There's lights, sound, so many strobing lights, so much fucking music. Every single open door seems to be has a band playing deep inside the buildings. All of them not mashing together very well. You got different kinds of music, and have you ever had that weird sensation of standing in the middle of an area and there's like, let's say, metal on to your left playing on a radio, and classical or something on the right playing.
Oh, that's the best.
Oh, that's amazing, dude.
Okay. Or rap on the right playing.
But
You had to make it worse.
But that's what you got going on here. It's just it probably sounds amazing inside of these bars, but out on the street, listening to all the music blended together is kind of a nightmare.
kind of like a dubstep.
I'm just like stick to one. Like, find one area with one sound. Probably not. Oh gosh. I'm just gonna.
I mean, you could flag
We
down
got
a lift or whatever and just get out of this area if you want, or you can hang out here. This would be technically what is referred to as the rack.
Well,
No
yeah,
one officially owns this area because, especially tourists, this is a bar area, party area, and tourists are funneled here.
question: how far are we from our HQ?
You guys said you wanted over here, right?
I mean, where the Elysium was. I don't know.
No, wait, you guys wanted it in one, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
We had it like near the facility with our
oh, it was
fun
over the facility.
dungeon.
It was over the
Yeah,
facility, but where exactly was that you chose?
it was somewhere in one. I don't really know,
Okay,
like a street
let's
name.
say
I can
for
give you one.
cost wise that it was over here, because again, this is like downtown, so
Okay,
that's
so
expensive shit. On the other side of the river, in the ghetto. I don't know. That might be a more expensive area, but
that's all, quote unquote. Or
Oh,
but
I
yeah,
mean,
you can
they
have.
never said that the orders could be drunk. I mean, if we're already out, buy someone a couple of shots, offer to take them to another bar with us.
Hmm.
That's another person just down right there. Easy.
Also, you inside your facility, you have the ability to hold 32 prisoners.
we have 41 charges.
So you could collect them in any particular state, house them there until they get to whatever state you want to deliver them in, and then do that.
Mm,
okay, guys, I propose we gather our things, what we think may help from our from our place, and then we go on hunting.
uh, what's the time frame that it would take to go there and back?
Back to where you are right now.
Mhm.
I'm going to say 40 minutes. Significantly less to get there, like maybe 10 minutes to get home,
Okay.
because you're going away from all the ungodly traffic.
Yeah.
And then you're coming back into Party Central, where everyone still seems to drive for some damn reason as they're
I mean,
partying.
still
So,
not. Still just
And,
40 minutes.
I mean, that puts us at around midnight
yeah.
ish.
Yeah.
So,
Bars are open here until about 3, by the way.
Yeah, so
really?
we can.
Yeah, they finagled the laws a bit to get them open
Yeah,
later.
we could look for depressive people at that time at 3 in the morning.
Well, it's either we get anything, or we try to desperately get something without any equipment. What's the better option?
I don't. We don't have our equipment, so
Yeah, that's what I mean. Let's just swing by home for a second, get our stuff.
okay. I mean, that's fine
Uh,
with me. Or we could send someone.
I mean, yeah,
Hmm.
we might as well just go.
Yeah, because I mean we are already burning moonlight.
Okay, so are we all going or are you staying?
Yeah, We can go. I know. It's
Well then.
Okay.
I got a week
Yeah, you got a week to turn these in.
to abduct 41 people. It's fine.
Exactly my point.
No, deliver 41 people. You
Oh,
can abduct them all tonight if you want to, and can figure out a way to hide them in the 32.
Yeah, fat chance.
Okay, you guys go home. Uh, do you go straight to the prison where the bracelets are, or stop in your house where presumably your other stuff would be?
Uh,
Like
I
your comically large bag that you put people in and stuff like that.
well,
Our bag of holding.
I would wait. Where's the lab? Lab is
Lab is in the backyard essentially. There's a Connex basically in your backyard that goes down to the lab because that's what you guys wanted.
I would like to go into the house first, say hello to the ghost, and put my bottle of whiskey up since we were going into bars.
I will.
Oh yeah,
I will,
that seems to be
I will
my objective.
to my to the lab and pick up few of
The sedatives,
the what?
sedatives.
No. I didn't meant sedative, but
Okay.
I forgot the name. Hold on.
If you actually want to prepare like some alchemy,
I would actually, but well, I wouldn't. I wouldn't like want to prepare now because my let's say my knowledge of alchemy isn't very broad, so I don't really have much time to research now. But I would like to pick up the stuff that I can, the few vials of already like done.
okay. This was not stated beforehand, so that you made any. Give me a moment.
Yeah,
Where? What page is the stuff on general rules and nope.
stuff on what?
The alchemy.
Uh, you mean like discipline or?
The actual like what they are. The tool or the exact spells essentially.
Oh, okay. Hold on. That's going to be page
It's page 282.
282.
283.
Oh
283.
yeah,
It's
David, since
283.
you're
But
all about
it's
alchemy, can you make chloroform?
283.
Actually, he does have an advantage of that because of chemistry, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So, if he wanted to, and
I
assuming you
could
guys had
try,
stocked that, which that I can understand for you guys to do.
but because the only okay, so what I wanted to pick up
Mhm.
was the vials of far reach
Okay, give me a second.
because that is the only formula I know right now. So I would have still might have some of them ready at least.
Hmm.
Your tropics.
Okay, that's weird.
I mean, as long as we have a refrigerator, you could store them about indefinitely.
Yeah, but the like, oh, you can replace it with this or this. And it's like, how are these things related?
It's alchemy. No one really knows the nature of vitae, anyways.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do.
Some mages thinks it has quintessence in it.
Give me a rouse check right now, because it states it requires your blood, and we're gonna
If
see if
you
it.
are creating it.
I know, but you're making it because we didn't
No.
discuss it beforehand.
Oh,
So essentially, you're making it now. We're gonna assume you have chlorohuman blood.
okay, but if I don't have it like at the ready, if I only have to make it, then let's see. Actually, yeah, fuck it. Let's make at least one batch.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah, for
okay,
each
so
bottle you want, just go ahead and do an arouse check for each one because it requires your blood. And we'll call it that for this time. Whenever you make it next time, I think it'll probably be the same thing because I don't see us actually keeping track of unless you want to keep track of what's in your lab and have that mechanic.
huh.
But we'll deal with that
That'd be
later.
painful to keep up with.
Yeah. But for right now, just give me a rouse check for each bottle you want to take.
Okay, I'll just try to make one bottle because I think bottle of that is really more than enough.
Mm.
uh,
We have like
oh,
a little hungry.
All right. Yeah, you just went up one hunger.
yep.
And you got one bottle of Far Reach. One thing I will require from in the future,
And I'm just going to like from the bottle. I'm going to store a few, few drops in the vial, like maybe 2-3 vials, and put them in somewhere like in my jacket on somewhere on my person.
you're carrying it in your inventory essentially.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
And I'll put the bottle in the
For
storage somewhere.
future use, we're not going to keep track of your melted nylon fiber or your graded refrigerator magnet or where it's
Those are
not true topic, but we will keep track of the caloric human blood. So add that to your inventory with like a 0 or whatever for right now and keep track of that. Or it'll be a resource, I guess. Put it down like a resource. That blood and then a dot. Right now you have none in it because you just used it up, we'll say. But after this, yeah, you're good.
So, but in what form is it? Is it like in some kind of bag or how is it?
Yeah, however you decide to store it. It's just you have to get before you can make more of it. You just need to gather an amount. Let's say a vial of human caloric blood, and we'll just keep that as an item. And whenever you make it, it'll use up the blood, and it'll also do a rouse check.
So what do I write?
The human blood, I believe it says caloric or whatever. That,
Yeah,
and then just put like 0 beside it because you don't currently have any.
do I put it like in my resonance or in my,
You could add it as a resource kind of deal, like a dot,
okay.
or you could just write it down off in details or something. However you choose to keep track of it. Get out. There's so many boxes around here for you to lay in. Get away from this one. Sorry, cat.
It goes meow.
Meow.
Still might have one more at the ready for one more far reach. Right?
You've made one.
Yes.
I don't,
And you said I have in my like inventory blood.
that's just keep track of it as an item of how many do you have to keep track of it in future use. Because I'm not gonna have you sit here and keep track of how many nylon or whatever you got.
No. Those are options like for the recipe. You don't need all of them.
Yeah, I know, but we're only going to keep track of the blood.
Okay.
Is what we're going to do. So that is your item of keep track of, and then there'll be a rouse check whenever you make it because you're using your own blood, and then you'll have a vial. And then we go into how when it's used later, like what it says in the book. Just boop, rouse check, strength versus all that good stuff. And so he goes to the lab, cook the stuff up.
And are they there? Or?
I think they said they went in, but they haven't stated what else they want to do inside.
I mean, I went inside to our collection of alcohol.
Okay. Yeah. You hid your bottles. I'm guessing in the freezer because it's good liquor. It's not gonna freeze.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a solid idea. So I'll put mine in there too.
Okay. Okay. You guys, after being in there, I'm assuming. Do you guys wait for David to get out of the lab?
I mean, where do we have the bracelets of magic?
They are
Origin?
down in the lab,
If
or not the lab, the prison.
if they don't come to me until I make my batch of porridge, I will go to them and try to find them, and
Okay.
I'll try to ask them if they need anything done in the lab.
I'm just gonna go and find bracelets because if we're doing 41 people, we have 15 bracelet. We have not 15, but
50.
50.
There will also be a
Uh,
roll whenever it comes to delivering them or catching to see how many are destroyed. That's why I gave you a set number of them.
so if we each carry 14, that's 42. Are are they particularly heavy, or are they just little novelty
Nah,
things?
they're like. Have you seen those little brass, little I believe,
Yeah, like
or
bangles.
copper, the copper things that I believe copper can heal me somehow bracelets?
Yeah.
Yeah, that it's those basically. They just got some symbols on the inside of it.
Okay. So as long as we have like a bag and everyone carries like almost 15 to 14, we can have enough to like encompass our whole quarry, but I don't think we want to be excessive about it.
I mean, if you want, you can just
Because
grab like 3 or 4, throw them in your pockets, and you're good. Just depends on how many you want to go grab.
logically, I don't think we're gonna get 41 in one night because that would be insane.
And risky.
Yeah. Uh, 41 people go missing one night. Who knows where they
All
went?
from one area. It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay,
Weird.
you guys, you get a beep
A beep.
on your phone.
I have a phone. Great. I'm gonna
Everyone,
look at my phone.
everyone has phones, and
Yeah.
even though it's like frowned upon because of the ability to hack it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Uh,
the prince liked my tweet. Awesome.
yeah, basically. Okay, you guys should be able to see it. You guys still need to keep in contact with people, and they don't really care about you because Thin Bloods. What do you really know about the society? Because they're not letting you into it, so they're not that worried.
Been too long. Coffee. What?
I'll give you guys players an option to see if you can think of this up, along with some knowledge stuff that's just gonna pop up in your heads randomly. Right about.
Can I ironically make myself coffee while trying to figure this out?
If you want to, yeah. I mean, if you drink it, you know what's gonna happen.
No.
You do not have the perk. It's coming up. You don't even have Blush of Life, so you don't even have the chance of holding it down.
Actually, all thin bloods count as always having
Okay,
Flush of Life on.
so you get an hour
Yeah, it was what you gotta throw
before
out.
it has to come up.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, we got a map.
That is actually when I was drawing it, I messed up. That is a county map of like the county this is in. So what you have here is the city, or the larger, the metropolitan area is the map in the background. What you have there is of the county.
Mm.
Oh, of like the middle county or where?
Robertson County, which is what all of Nashville's in, all the big area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I see the general shape now.
Excuse me.
One, two, three, four, five, six. There's got it full investigation mode.
I'll break this fucking code. He's got like numbers dancing in front of his head. What is it, Criminal Minds style?
And B
The X-Files song playing in the back.
Do, 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 do.
is this like second into like a picture or like that was sent with the text
That's
or
a general knowledge thing that you guys just have. If you remember your backstory,
oh yeah, I was okay. Yeah, I remember we're associated with them in some way. Um First Light. Okay. But they didn't give us anything with this, right? Like what it means exactly, or is it like a location thing?
they sent you the message, which reads, "Been too long. Coffee." Ben is all capitalized. Two is a number. Long is lowercase.
Yeah.
A separate question, or not even a question, a separate sentence, coffee.
Uh-huh.
That one you're not going to figure out, so I'll just tell you once you figure out the first part. There are two separate things, essentially.
Yeah, I imagined. Associate the letters with the number two. B and the E and the two are in the same place. I imagine coffee means a coffee shop.
Mm-hmm. That is
Uh,
correct.
just to clarify,
Okay.
we all got the
Yes, you
those.
all got it. Beep. All on your phones.
B two and E. So if we look at the map, is there a coffee shop near the E? Like E2?
Oh, there's certainly a coffee shop somewhere in there. That's towards the
Uh-huh.
middle of the city. However,
Yeah.
are you sure it's the E?
I don't
We want
know.
the B.
It could be either, really.
Okay, so I heard it's the B. Yes.
B, E, like the N has no correlation because there's no N on the thing. E2.
Okay, you got close, but I'll go ahead and say bin is to be seen as an entire word, and the
Yeah.
letters aren't the following
Uh,
letters from the beginning one aren't necessary. Just give it a meaning. So what you're
yeah,
looking for is
B2.
B2.
Yeah, I was just trying to suss out any reason the E's would exist.
Maybe I should have done that differently. The
Yeah.
reason I capitalized the entire word is because the first part is at the beginning of the sentence. It's not going to look as obvious that it's capitalized on purpose because it's just at the beginning of the sentence. So I capitalized the whole word. I fucked that up.
Okay.
So it's telling you, because you figured out the second part, coffee shop in B2,
Yeah.
which we will say, because they don't exactly line up perfectly, will be here, is roughly where you need to go.
All right.
If you
I
want
mean,
to respond to it. I mean, that's up to you
I
guys.
mean, I would like to go immediately, but I have a team. We are a team.
You are a team, however you can, just go other places.
Is that a bar district as well?
There's bars there, but no, it's a different district. It's a
Uh,
town. It's a smaller town area.
and what's the travel time there?
This time of night, we'll say
Hello.
30 minutes
Mm,
because you're not going towards the dense traffic's everywhere and partying area. You would go around it through the interstates.
Sun's up at 6.
Yes. So it is about 11:30 right now that you've gotten home and you've done all this stuff.
We have time.
I mean, I'd like to go.
I
I'm down.
I mean,
I
we
f-
could go.
I think I don't know what's the bigger priority here: the guys who can cut off our heads, or the guys who can cut off our heads.
Okay.
Yeah, but they didn't
Um,
murder us immediately, so
Hey,
I
look,
trust them a little bit.
that's someone texting us saying that they want to grab coffee with us. The chance of them cutting off our heads are pretty slim, right?
give me
Uh,
just give
Yeah.
me a general intelligence roll, all three of you.
Alright.
Based off that last statement, do you really need a roll?
There's
If it's
there's
memory,
it's a memory thing, and there's a reason why I'm telling you to roll.
if it's memory, it's usually intelligence resolve.
Oh, this was just a simple
Just
bleh.
like, alright.
Okay, well there we go. Ryan over one.
Yeah. Two.
So it's simple. You have a week to fulfill the order. A week,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
and you might not necessarily need to fulfill the order because these are individuals you're going to. There could be like, hey, we weren't able to do it. Here's some of it, something like that. Those depend on roles.
Uh-huh.
But there's this text in code is possibly more urgent than, hey, do this in a week.
Yeah, because I mean they're hunters.
And what people in a week,
Hmm?
but also like how many people do we actually need? Like 40 or something?
41.
Yeah, like in a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not that. You there's three. There's three of you. You can get if and there's an entire night. You go nab.
I mean, we could send one person to go and like look at the text and like gather the information there, and we could always have the others looking around. But that's
Well,
splitting, and splitting is dangerous. But
I don't think that's a good idea because there's always a question of where are your friends.
busy.
Too busy for God.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not all Bible thumpers, but some of them probably are.
Anyway,
Okay, well, I mean, if David, if you think that's your priority over anything else, he did say that there are bars in that area, and you could look while we talk to the person who
Yeah,
serves
there's also
us.
WalMarts and there's places that are open and have
We
people
can find
roaming around.
We can find all the melancholic people in Walmart because they're probably all really depressed.
Probably find a couple of strippers too.
Yeah.
I need more glitter powder.
I need more glitter for my thighs.
Oh,
I need makeup to cover up my pimples or whatever. My ass pimples.
My gun pimples. I don't know.
What?
gun? What?
I don't know. I
Us?
don't know what strippers do. They got weird bodies.
They have bodies. Yeah, we got some. Okay, so we've got one person who just doesn't think much of strippers. The other one has no clue what they do, and apparently they carry guns.
I mean, this is America.
Wait. You watched that movie with that one chick with the like
Gun
M14.
leg.
Yeah, the gun leg. Yep, I knew
Yeah.
it. I
Evil
knew it.
Dead.
No, that's not Evil Dead. I can't remember exactly
Oh,
what it
it's
was.
not Evil Dead?
No, it just has. I forget her name, but she's just there with an.
Typing who is Gun Woman.
She's just there with an M16 for her leg. It's on the cover. I never watched the movie, but I'm assuming that's what you think of. Possibly.
Yeah, it's Grindhouse, Planet Terror. There's a
Yeah.
double feature.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that's what you think strippers are.
Yeah, they all have gun legs, and I'm like, wow, I was surprised.
But okay, that's yeah. Speaking
There's
of,
also like a.
If that's what all strippers are, we
So
need to bring them into our group. Just saying.
you might need to go purchase bulletproof vests and stay away from their legs.
You just break the gun. It's like it
Well, I mean,
requires.
I mean,
the
that.
M16, they fall right over you.
True.
Well, then they can shoot you. If they
However,
don't.
stilettos might be more dangerous in some situations than an M16.
You know what? I'm just gonna go to the second Inquisition. Goodbye. Like you guys can have your
Okay.
strips of time.
No, I believe David said he wanted to go as well.
Wait, hold on. Out of character. You're going where?
Noel's going to the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Noel.
Okay. And I believe you said you wanted to go, so I'm assuming
Just
you
wait
are
on
going.
David.
Well, I,
Oh yeah, he still needs to finish. Let's just say he needs to finish up the blood. He stopped for a moment to look at it. Maybe yell to you guys in the other room. Hey, you get the text? I don't know.
yeah. Well, 2 bits 1. Then I'm going to.
Okay.
Did,
Oh my
did
God.
anyone grab the bracelets before we head out?
I didn't. Did you guys?
Fuck. No.
It won't take long to just hop over
Okay.
there.
Yeah, just grab the bracelets, and I want to say hi to the ghost.
Okay.
I want
then.
that to happen in the session. We only have 20 minutes. So.
Okay. Let's see. Odd or even?
Odd.
What up, homies?
Is that how we're determining his attitude?
I don't
Hey,
fucking
ghost.
know.
Odd or even?
Don't
Even.
put.
The fuck do you want?
No, that's whether he answers you or not. You have no control over him. Remember?
Okay.
Oh.
It's like, hey, ghost, how you doing? Silence.
Hello.
What y'all bitches doing?
Why are you like this,
We
Ghost?
Why are you?
I'm fucking dead, and unlike you dead motherfuckers, I can't leave.
Well, it's good to have you.
I've
So
been
we're
here
about to
60 years. This house is only 30 years old. Figure that one out.
We're about to go hunt some humans, so you might have some things to play with later. That might be entertaining.
I could always play with you.
Okay,
I'm gonna leave
we're
now.
leaving.
Don't forget to
I-
stretch those juicy hammies. Mm.
Let's
I
go,
don't-
Greg.
I don't like this goat. I mean, Ghost. I don't like this goat.
Ah, bitch.
He's a goat, Ghost. God, Grimbo, you've evolved.
My name is Grimbo. I'm like a bow, but more grim.
Oh.
Okay, you guys had to.
I just go to the
Putting it on.
just go to the fucking fridge and get like my brandy and like in pure disbelief just
I'm just gonna.
Okay, so you're just down in some brandy.
some
Just
yeah.
leave.
Okay, Just-
Okay, now I'm ready.
all right.
Okay.
Waste your time with Brandy. Uh,
All
to
right.
the coffee shop. We're gonna eat some vampire pastries.
What? You know what? I'm
What?
excited to find out what those entail.
Yeah.
It's pastries made out of vampires. Don't ask.
I mean, if you eat them, you get the benefits of
Yeah.
Diablo.
Sounds like a bloody good time.
It keeps you young and pretty. Rumor is certain actors eat vampire pastries every day. Okay, you guys get there.
In how long?
Again, about 30 minutes.
Okay.
So it'll be midnight now.
I'm not worried about the sunlight.
Fuck you, dude.
I can pray.
Hey,
I mean,
you guys can crawl under him, and he can just lay there all on top of you all day. It's like, this is boring, guys.
I'm gonna roll over now.
Or there's a million other places you could actually hide.
Like the trash can. Trash cans are
Yeah.
like convenient.
Bury yourself under.
Turn into a dump truck.
Well, I'll have you roll if that happens to see whether it shows up or not. But
I'll scare them away. He'll be like, "Hello,
shoo,
I,
we're homeless here.
we're homeless. We live here. Get out of
Yeah.
here."
Yeah. Also,
You're a very beautiful homeless person.
I know I used to be a model, but then I didn't blow my photographer, and he ruined my career. I'm still
The
very
whole
pretty.
career. Yeah, can't stop the pretty. Don't worry that I'm extremely pale.
Also, one side thing I forgot to bring up. Otherwise, there's a noticeable homeless population in this town. So
Oh,
yeah. So
Are any of them college students by chance?
I don't
Are
think
any of them?
student loans are that predatory yet.
Are they? Is there a particularly tan one?
Oh, certainly, they're out in the sun most of the time.
Like, nice. That's our target. They'll be like, I meant like sexy, tall, tan man. And they're like, well, you didn't specify. Sorry.
As someone who lives here, I will tell you, some of the homeless people don't look like they're homeless.
Oh.
As in, they're out there begging with their little signs on their smartphones and their really nice clothing. Well, not super nice, but
Where I
Do you have
live,
any change? No. Could you give it to me on Venmo? Does that work for you?
about PayPal. I have 5 different accounts.
um,
No, they do have a
just
job.
gonna.
Okay, random side thing. A local newspaper has set up this thing to where they just, instead of standing there begging for money, they stand out on the exact same street corners with a badge on saying that they're employees selling newspapers for $1. So technically they're employed.
See, it's different where I live because the hobos here, we have one called the Bagman, and he like
Nice.
strings like 12 or 18 like bags on his back, and they're like full of cans and like garbage. He's a character.
Most of them are. I had a guy up
so
in oh, sorry.
what's happening now? Like, where are we?
Okay. Um it's not nearly as lively as the area you just left, even like where your home is. Um, but there are still people moving around. There's steady traffic moving on the streets. Uh, there's a Denny's down the road. It's got a packed parking lot. There's a Cracker Barrel filled to burst with people. You know, just the general life. However, you look at this. It's fashioned like a 1950s coffee shop, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
It has no one in it except one guy in the back sitting at a table.
No.
And
Well,
Is hipster got
Hey,
it?
no, you found a friend.
no, he's blinking properly. He's
Oh,
he,
damn it.
he's
We were so
reading
close.
he's reading something, not staring at you blankly. But yeah, he's just off in the corner, reading what looks like a newspaper, maybe. There seems to be a actually do a wits and awareness to see what he looks like and what's going on before you enter the building.
hmm
Wait, what? Huh?
Wait, what?
Are you rolling each individually?
I didn't mean to.
Yeah. Decent
Oh,
roll.
I was trying to click over to where it says D10 instead of using advanced roll, so it just continued to roll D10. I was thinking I was clicking over to a different tab,
Ah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the actual roll would be 5.
Okay. Um, David, He's got. Hmm. So, you know how a normal person stands, sits, moves around? Kind of, shoulders kind of somewhat slumped a bit. Their posture might not be so good, especially not while they're sitting. Uh,
Okay.
Very casual, relaxed, maybe. This dude is not. He's sitting there reading, but his back is rigid. His shoulders are back. Um, Even while sitting, he somehow gives you the mental image of someone marching. There is a suitcase, barely visible from outside, sitting beside him. He's dressed normally, just casual, normal clothes. And he's got a newspaper out in front of him. And that's what you get.
So the guy in the coffee shop is just super militant in
Yeah.
posture.
Super militant dude, and he's got a briefcase. And he's the only guy there. There's not even an employee.
Well, I mean, I imagine this is the guy who wanted to see us, so might as well go and sit with him.
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
Let's go for it.
All right. You guys enter the building. There's a little ding, 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 ding of bells attached to the door. And as you guys walk over to him, he does not look up from his newspaper. He does, however, kind of lean into his ear a bit.
He's an assassin. Kidding.
And after a moment of silence, he just sets the newspaper down, looks up to you, and he's like, "About fucking time."
It's been too long, huh?
Sit the fuck
The
down.
traffic was terrible, sorry.
Alright, I sit, because he told me to.
So, been a while. Haven't heard anything from you guys.
Been kinda getting used to all the garbage that comes with it, I guess.
Yeah, and blending in, as you might say.
Yeah, it's been an interesting transition. How's it going with you?
So casual.
Why not? We don't know who this guy is.
I mean,
He kind of sucks on his teeth, if you understand what that means. But quieter, yes. So, we performed a little operation earlier today.
Operation?
Mm-hmm.
Of what kind?
None of your fucking business.
alright.
They won't fuck me then.
Yeah, fuck you.
Did you actually say fuck you?
No.
Well, like, it was Noel to Ryan, not Noel to whoever the guy was.
Okay. He does stop and glare at you for a minute. No.
Alright, hey Dad. I mean, not Dad. I got confused.
When you say hello, Dad, he pulls out a fuck all gigantic gun out of his
Alright.
inner coat and sets it in front of him.
Boy,
So,
that's a fun weapon.
there was an operation done. Turns out our target wasn't there. A couple of our teams also reported that their targets were not in their usual spots. I would have hoped that my friendly informants would have told me if they knew any reason why all the fucking blank bodies are gone.
general confusion, I would imagine.
General confusion is why all
Yeah.
the vampires are not where, or all the
Well,
blanks are not where they're supposed to be.
Well, that's more like an expression, but alright. Just,
I don't care about expressions. We need to know where these filthy beasts are, and more particularly, why none of them are where they're normally at.
out of character for a second, I was like not saying those things. It's just like emotions and like actions.
Okay.
But it's
Okay,
okay.
so
That's how it went out.
minusing that the part about the expression, it's still the same.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah,
But
it's
I was like, Nolan isn't saying these. I just wanted to clarify because it's like,
so
oh no.
you guys are sitting, I'm assuming, on the other side of the booth from him. He
I wanna
is
be-
somehow, even though he's not standing and he hasn't moved, somehow you feel like he's towering over you. Something about his demeanor is just like
and his big gun.
his big fuck gun. It's just like glaring you down.
I get that feeling.
So, tell me, why weren't they there? Or have you not been able to get in enough to figure out why they weren't there?
Probably should have stuck around. The rest of the museum. I don't say that, but
Mhm.
this thoughts I'm having. I guess we just give him, or I mean, Noel would give him, or like he looks at the other two and like, who has the paper? Like I would just imagine someone has it. Like we could give him that. I mean, we need like a copy of it, but we could give him the paper for like information on the charges that might go missing in the future, as like, hey, we messed up, but here's like a here's a peace offering.
Do we actually know what he's looking for? Because I'm just completely lost in this conversation.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I
From what he's saying, they have a number of individuals being watched.
mhm.
Not directly, but their establishments and their frequents are being watched. They did a hit somewhere on a presumably vampire owned or operated place. And none of the people who were supposed to be there, who were normally there, were there. He wants to know from his little vampire informants why no one seems to be what's going on. Why is everyone gone? Why can't they find him? Essentially,
Because there's a Elysium.
do you say that out loud?
Yeah, I don't know. Yep, I can't take that.
That's the only thing we have, so yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh right,
That-
yeah. That's
yeah,
right.
because there's an Elysium.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
What the hell is that?
oh shit.
Who
Well,
the fuck is this guy?
this is like our boss, I guess.
How many bosses do we have?
Do-
Jesus.
Do you ask him who the fuck he is?
No, no,
No.
No.
It's basically the dude who basically kidnapped us, right, and forced us to work together, right?
Through the
That's
way of contacting you and his basic demeanor and every other thing that you like, the fact that he was clearly talking to someone in his ear when he was like leaning over, and he just looks like a drill sergeant who just got off work. type deal. It's just not relaxed at all. You can guess he is part of First Light. You've never met this particular individual, though. He seems to know you guys. He's talking about them as blank bodies, which is what a Second Inquisition term that they use because they don't show up on sensors, like heat sensors and stuff like that, or electromagnetic stuff, EKGs. They show up as a complete blank. And he even just called you vampires.
Okay, what just happened?
Okay, so I think Noel was explaining
Yeah,
to him what was going on, while Eric, you were explaining to us exactly how we need to perceive him.
This is what you perceive of him. Like, you don't know who he is. You haven't asked. You haven't attempted anything other than just... Like,
okay. Wait, what?
oh, Noel's gone. He'll probably be back in a minute.
Yeah.
The guy looks around, where did he go?
Oh no, if one of you just suddenly disappeared, he'd be like, go, 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 go! Surround the area! Find this motherfucker!
No, like I was trying to explain what an Elysium was,
Okay.
and like I stopped hearing you, so that's what happened.
Oh, I didn't hear a single thing about that. They asked me what the hell who was this guy, and I told them what they know so far, and it's just
Oh,
definitely seems to be First Light.
yeah, me and Moon were definitely hearing both of you guys talking at the same time.
Yeah, I didn't hear Noel at all.
Yeah, I was. What I said was basically like, I was like, okay, like he's clearly got us at a clear disadvantage. So I was just like, Noel's just gonna say what an Elysium is. So it's like,
Okay, how do you say it?
it's Noel, like when it's a group of vampires coming together for political bullshit.
He actually perks up a little
I imagine he would.
and leans ever so slightly forward. Like, it would be hard to measure exactly how far, but like somehow his demeanor has changed completely.
Basically,
Okay.
we have his full attention, right?
Yeah, and he's no longer trying to stare you down, even though you couldn't actually point to what changed about him. But something changed. And now he's not Mr. Scary Man. Now he's an interested guy with a fuck all gun in front of him. Because that's still there. He hasn't put that away.
I don't know about anyone else, but I'm imagining the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket playing Van Helsing.
Yeah. Knock knock, who is it? Oh, you know, a real fucking vampire.
Open up the door.
Oh, you from Texas? Only two things come from Texas. Vampires and thin bloods.
Yep.
And you ain't got no fangs. And I don't see no fangs.
I mean, we can just extend those if you're like, okay.
Okay, where is this held at? And how often?
Would we know that? Like, would Camarilla share that?
I would actually say it varies. You never know.
Okay, yeah. As out of character, it's never set at one place. Like, it might happen a couple of times at one place, but it's never set at any one particular place, and it's you never know about it until like the day of. Night of. You know what I mean.
And we have that information?
Yes, because you were there.
Okay. Alright.
You might not get a call. You don't know if you get called to every Elysium. Because if you don't receive the information, you don't know it's happening. You don't interact with the big top snobby vampires all the time. So you don't know when they're gone.
Maybe we can leverage with him, show him the note, and tell him unless we get these people, we're not going to be invited to the next one, so we won't know and be able to tell him otherwise. I mean, it would be
So
a
he could
lie,
help
but
us.
The very least, we won't be invited to the next one. Who knows what's the worst thing that can happen?
Do you say that?
what do you guys think?
Sure, we can share with him the information. I don't know.
Okay, I say this. I say that uh if Ryan says what he said, like if that's in character, then I said my part.
Okay.
I didn't hear your part. Before I say that, what do you guys think about going with that strategy?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, yeah. Let's go with that then.
Okay. Right, we can just give him, like, we can take a picture of the note.
No, he takes a picture of it. He gives you the note back. However, when he's looking at his phone, I don't know how to describe this. Again, this man he's a brick wall of emotion. He's not really showing much, but yet somehow he's showing everything.
I know exactly the type. Okay.
Yeah. His face did not change. His attention is definitely on the phone, on the picture, but you feel like someone just creamed their shorts.
Okay.
Smells like it.
Actually, you guys might roll. If you want to roll it, you probably could smell that if it happens.
Oh.
Actually, if you rolled right,
I don't like this guy.
you could tell the change of his blood pressure and where it might be going.
Bro, what do I have to roll?
I mean, I have.
What? Okay, just
Bloodhound, so.
just wits and awareness. Just wits and awareness. Actually, the bloodhound would work too. How does that work? Does that do a particular roll, or is it just a fact? So just do wits and awareness as you as well. Oh yeah,
Why not?
you've just made his fucking day
Give me the details.
with.
You're gonna have to put a
roll well
not
on
safe
that.
for work tag on this VOD.
Oh, it's always not safe for work.
Okay.
I also have anime tagged on all of mine because everything's anime if you think about it right.
Oh my god.
We made this man's day like so much, but he did that.
No, he's just okay. I know Sanguine's sexually excited, but is there just generally excited resonance?
Okay.
Is that Sanguine?
The Sanguine includes happy too.
He is
Yep.
definitely shifting towards Sanguine.
I mean,
Sanguine or
you have to have a merit to detect that. Just by the way.
He said Bloodhound,
Yeah.
so he can.
I got Bloodhound. Oh, we both have Bloodhound. All
Okay,
right.
but you didn't roll. But he's definitely shifting towards Sanguine. You have just given him and David, you realize you've just given him a huge boon. Like, something about this note made him super happy.
Probably the names on it and what they're looking for. Well, fucking goddamn it!
I need you. He looks at it. He's just like, find out their masks.
They're what?
Mask. Because these are not the names they use in public with the human world. He doesn't explain that. This is a mask is what you hide under as a human. Well, you don't go by your original name because you originally would have died by now.
yeah.
So he tells you your mission from him is find their mask. Because he knows their masks. At least of the vampires that he knows exist here. You don't know how many he knows. And now he knows names.
Wait,
So,
hold on. Back up a bit. Out of character.
mhm.
What names? We gave him the note with the list of people
Yes,
we
the
find.
names are on the note. Mary, Fitio, all these
Oh,
names. Those are the individuals you drop them off to.
oh, okay. I didn't even know.
Those are also, while the order might be filled through someone under them, these are the big dogs. These are the people who this map is broken into numbers. These are the numbers.
Okay, do we have a way of bartering with him? Because if we can actually get him to help us
I don't know.
get
Do you?
people, it would be charisma, I guess,
Um,
that I would need to check first.
Charisma or manipulation. It depends on how you want to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
You could also do persuade or charisma or persuasion. You can also throw leadership in there if you want to like rile them up towards some goal.
Hmm.
It
I'm not
depends on
doing
how
any of
you
this.
do it.
I'm gonna seduce him.
That is also an option if you want to give it a go.
I don't have any. I mean, I get a bonus dice if he's into that.
Where do we deliver them to?
The individuals. You need to do a roll. You can do it now or whenever of just your domain's knowledge. So it would be your intelligence and your politics with one die for domain. So you can remember who is where.
So we go to their residences.
Yes. Or you go to
So-
their area and you find them. You either know their residence or you don't.
Okay,
We can I would decide that on when you roll.
I would say that we roll for that now.
Okay, of these individuals, you're going to need me give, and I need you guys to do this individually, so I can keep track of it. Of these individuals, each one is a roll.
Oh. Okay.
Because first would be how much you know about them and where they are. And then, or yeah, that's just the roll. And then you go on to the next one. So whoever wants to start, you can go ahead and start.
It's intelligence and politics, right?
Yep. +1 for domains because this is specifically what you're looking into. Because I gave you that one bonus thing.
So if I have 3 intelligence, I would do 3 + 1.
Yes.
Okay, just making
Also, one of those would be your hunger die. So yeah.
sure. Okay.
Okay.
You just physically add another dice. You don't need to add a +1.
I'd literally just asked that.
No.
Okay.
No. Add one is a dice. Like
Okay.
D&D and stuff, it's you go by the pure number. This one just goes on whether high or low, and the number of dice. So
Okay.
yeah, if your character gets way too high and you don't want to roll multiple times, you can have like 30 freaking 10 dice for this game. It's not nearly as bad as with Shadowrun. Dear God, you need a lot of 6 dice for Shadowrun.
So you essentially just never use the plus feature in this.
Yeah,
Could
no.
I remember it that way?
Yeah.
Right.
You're not looking for numbers, you're just looking for yes or no on a die.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, I got the like special little vampires set. They have black and red ones, and all they have is it's just solid black. And then there's an onk. Then there's an onk with like 2 dots for critical. Then there's a skull for fail. That's it. It doesn't even have numbers on it.
Oh.
Yeah. So 3. Roll a hunger die, and we'll just take that one out of the original roll for the hunger die. You gotta remember to add your hunger. Oh, that's even better. Okay. Mary is a Toreador who lives in number 2 over here.
Alright, she dies first.
She has a number of bars and other places where you would play music in. You don't know exactly which one is her haven, if any of them are her haven, but you know you can go to them to get a hold of her.
Hmm. I could probably use this as like clout or leverage.
See, that's what I'm thinking. That way we don't have to hunt all the people ourselves. And if he really wants the leaders, we can go one by one and have to do half the work.
Yeah. Well, this is your information, so you get to say that, I'd imagine.
Oh, okay. I mean,
But
is could I?
what he has asked you for is their masks. So what would give
Mhm.
you more of a sway if you wanted to do this was this information plus what they go by.
Mhm.
So let's say Mary goes by Sarah Smith. If you say this person is Sarah Smith, and here are three or four of their interests that they own, that will be a much bigger bargaining chip than just this information. Because they can go in there, but they to know who they're after specifically, they need to know who they have it on file as, which is just
Yeah,
what they can find out now, which would be their masks, if
but
they even have.
but if we gotta like bring these people and trade them, they could just follow us and then, have the person's physical identity.
They could. They could also be seen and blow your
Yeah,
cover. Of the,
I
that depends
guess.
upon what they want to do. They're a separate thing.
I
You could
mean,
be followed constantly and constantly watched. You don't know.
yeah, I mean, but they're also like, there's someone around here because he's talking to somebody and we can't see him, so there's something going on.
Okay, outside knowledge, like gameplay knowledge, the first light is just kind of a particular, like it's the face of the Second Inquisition. They're part of it. The Second Inquisition is made up of government agencies around the world, religious agencies around the world, and other interests.
Mm-hmm.
You're never dealing with just one guy.
Yep.
Okay, so
Imagine we're traced.
Can you
I
hear
tell
me?
him.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, what's up?
No, no, I'm just my mic is acting strange, so I'm just
Oh.
checking it. Okay,
Yeah, it works.
well done.
Okay, so you know where she is now, and the a couple of places to get a hold of her. You want to do the other ones, or just that's good enough? Because we are running out of time. We're actually over time.
Yeah, I think that should be enough for now. What do y'all think?
I think this is actually the good time to stop if we are out of time.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this scene to an end. So you give him the thing. He takes a picture of it.
Hmm.
We're gonna say you don't. You think about what you're gonna tell him, and you want to discuss it later with each other before you decide to tell him. He's giving you an order to find out these individuals' masks, what they go by in the modern world, and now he doesn't even seem to care. Like you don't even really seem to be there anymore. He's much more focused on what you gave him. But he does reach over. He picks the gun up, puts it back in his coat, which somehow manages to hide this gigantic fucking gun. As if his body was made to hold guns and had gun marks. um, he pulls the suitcase onto the table, opens it up, and he slaps in front of you guys 3 plastic, disposable, and still wrapped in plastic syringes. Bathroom's clean. Go fill it up.
Oh.
Yes, it's the pee.
You generally don't need to. I mean, again, what I don't know. I don't know your life. I don't know your struggle. But generally, drug tests do not involve what I'm assuming would be stabbing your bladder and pulling the urine out that way.
I know, but it's a joke.
Strangers are empty, right?
What?
I'm asking out of character. Strangers are empty or are they filled with something?
They're empty. They're unopened. Like they're still in a plastic package.
Okay.
I just gonna ask him. Bathroom's clean. What do you want with this?
Your blood, dipshit.
Yeah, I imagined, but I wanted to be sure because sometimes, people like to lie when they say. Oh boy, he's playing music now. The guy is. He's like,
Look, I don't got all fucking day. And you got information you need to go find me. Now fill these the fuck up and get on your way.
I don't know what he's gonna do with this. That's why I asked. All right, I mean, like we can just do it right here. I'm just gonna stab myself.
Okay, give me a wits and either insight or awareness.
I mean, if he really needs me to go to the bathroom, I'll go.
No. Just.
All right. I mean, I got wits. I got insight.
Okay. You can do either wits and insight or wits and awareness.
Oh well, my awareness is better, so I'm just gonna do that. All right. Terrible roller. Here we go.
Oh my god.
What was that roll?
Huh. You aren't even certain if you hit a vein until there's a little bit of red starts to show up in there. You other guys want to roll? Jesus.
Yeah, I'll roll.
3 2s. Your rolling is impressive.
Look at that.
Okay.
It's wits and
either wits and awareness or wits and insight, whichever one you want.
okay.
I could have tried medicine. I have a doubt of that.
If I was trying to determine whether you hit a vein or not, I would have done that. But no, we're trying for something else here. And I'll tell you, David, what you see here in a second. And you did wits and awareness, David?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I ain't afraid to just stab myself.
And your hunger die? Okay. Brian. He is paying a lot of attention to this. You don't know why. Maybe he's just making sure you don't fuck it up. But he's just watching it. He's watching you do this. David, you've been around a bit. You've seen a bit of the world. Seen the people in it.
Yes.
You've seen addicts. And you've seen them looking at their fix.
And he's looking at us right now that way.
He's looking at the blood in the syringe as the syringe fills.
Oh, it's the wall.
I'll take note of that. I won't say anything, but if I will take note of that.
Okay.
You never know. Maybe it will save our asses in the future.
Yeah, it's best that we play along for now, I feel like.
Okay. So you all three fill up your syringes.
Yeah, like just play along for now.
Okay. Do you all three of you do it right there, or do you go in the bathroom or whatever?
I mean, to me, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it right there. Fuck it.
All right. All right.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to provoke him a bit subtly.
Okay.
To bring it right in front of him.
Are you going to kind of do some kind of seductive vein dance?
No, nothing. I won't insinuate anything. I'll just do it like in front of him for no
Okay.
particular reason.
Okay. Maybe holding your arm and the syringes in a way that might give him a better look at it. You know.
Oh no! Just like on the table. Like
Okay.
I assume I'm sitting on the table still.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. He when you guys are done, he puts little caps on the end of them, and he puts it in what you guess is a kind of devoted pocket thing in his suitcase. You haven't weren't able to look into it, but he sets them in there with a little bit of care, closes it up, and then he just stands up, looks down at you guys, and is like, "Get to it." And next time that Elise whatever happens, get a hold of us. And he walks out.
Does that number that he texted us from work both ways, or is that a burner? Because we wouldn't have another way of getting a hold of him.
Out of character. Is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay.
Now, whether his associates are gone, you don't know. But he's leaving. He hopped into a car and left. We're gonna say, oh shit, you got an email.
Cool. All of us.
Not a
Yeah.
text. Okay.
Just a blank, Joe Bob at Yahoo email that you're supposed to email shit to.
Guys, Joe Bob was pretty intimidating. I'm not gonna lie.
You never get any responses from this, but you know that's why you're just supposed to email if you need them.
I'm gonna write that down because I want to reference it later.
Okay.
Hey Joe Bob, how's the coffee?
Okay, so side note, we're done by the way. You guys can take off if you want. Small side note. In the lore.
If we are done.
Yep. See you, Matt.
Wait. No, I'm saying XP.
Oh yes, 2. You all get 2 experience.
Oh boy, I'm 2, 4, 6. I'm a sixth of the way.
Yeah.
Pertain to
So
one day.
slight lore thing. Some of the first light soldiers use vampire blood that's spiked with like steroids or something to improve their in performance in fighting vampires.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but why take it from thin bloods? Thin bloods are like they only give you ghoul powers for like a night.
Meh. Maybe because the way he was staring at it. Maybe it doesn't necessarily matter about its
Maybe it's just his fix.
yeah, who knows?
Well, I hope he ages. I hope he runs out one day and ages 50 years and dies.
Okay, presuming that you guys are not dumb enough to fight him, I'll go ahead and tell you this. He has a special quality to him. He's a blood addict. He gets pluses to all his physical when he's on blood, minuses to some of his mental while he's not.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna fight anything in this game if I don't have to. So
See, we could totally convince him if that's the circumstance.
This is good. We can use that.
You don't know that in there. No metagaming. You don't know that in character.
Okay.
yeah, but
No,
Also,
are we done with the session?
What?
but
You said we're done with the session.
yeah. But you guys are saying, oh, you can use that information. No, you can't use that information. Just letting
Yeah, okay.
you know.
Gotcha.
Also, problem with drinking blood from or getting blood from vampires is the tendency to get bonded to them. Guess who can't bond?
Thin Bloods.
Also, Tremere, but they don't know that. They don't even know what the fucking Elysium is.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, they all they know is what they found out from ShrekNet, and what they've managed to squeeze out of people through interrogation, and whatever the hell their informants want to tell them. So, who knows what the fuck they know?
I mean, if we're not useful, they're just gonna murder us. I mean, that's like the easiest route.
Yeah. Or maybe just say, hey, anonymous thing. They've been helping out the Second Light just to see who that managed. Kind of use bait, see who that brings out. Who knows? Depends on what they want to do and how useful you guys are.
Let's be really useful, guys. Let's be we are lapdogs. Let's just be lapdogs.
Here's the great part, though. Your lapdogs at two separate laps that are opposing to each other.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the campaign, everyone.
We have to outsmart them somehow. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah. You do have a slight advantage. Nobody thinks you're capable of any fucking thing.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Because everyone,
I can.
they discount vampires in general, and the vampires completely discount Thin Bloods. So, meh.
We have the advantage of it couldn't have been us. We can't do that.
Just now you guys are like drooling on yourselves everywhere during it, just a version. We dumb. That way they don't know you're semi-intelligent.
Semi-intelligent and can see in the dark.
Can also be seen when seeing in the dark. You forget your eyes glow, which I still think is weird. But whatever.
I mean, it wouldn't put me like if they can see through the dark as well without glowing eyes, and I have glowing eyes. It doesn't matter because they can see me anyways.
No, they can't see through the dark either.
Question about damage regarding